it's a piece of America. I mean, you know, it's something that you do it for the love and pride. You know, you wear your trophy on your belt. I mean, who does that? Nobody, right? I mean, a lot of people, yeah, they judge us kind of crazy. So you're going to get on a, you know, 1,600-pound bull that might kill you for a piece of metal to wear on your waist. I guess so, you know.
98 is the pool. Brady Scott, little tough luck. That's why we've got judges on each side, ladies and gentlemen. You got one guy over here and one guy over there. That way they get to watch both sides. And that's what makes it even for everybody. Watch this. Whoa! Look at this bull. Come on, son. You got it. Don't you wait there. Yeah. Whoa.
It's dangerous. Everything you do in rodeo is dangerous. But if you're trained right, and you're doing it the right way, you shouldn't be able to get hurt that easy.
82 points. Nicely done, Junior. All right, that's what we like. Thank you. Justin Ricard.
Bull rider. People recognize me. I mean, you say my name, you know, Junior Saenz, and they are gonna, you know, especially here in Southern California, they know who I am. Oh yeah, that's the guy who rides bulls, you know. I mean, it's kind of funny, you know, and they're like, and I don't ride bulls no more, but, you know, it's kind of cool to be known as the bull rider from San Diego, you know, or Valley Center, you know, which is, you know, it's the county of San Diego, so we can't get more south in California than San Diego, but you say my name, they know who I am. You know, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, now that I'm retired from riding bulls, I team rope. You ever seen the team roping? One guy ropes the horns in the rodeo, and then the other one will heel the legs, the back legs of, you know. That's what we do now. I mean, every retired bull rider has something to do with rodeo after they stop riding bulls. So, you know, I mean, I choose to rope. My dad always wanted me to rope, but I mean, he's like, you should stop riding bulls and focuses on roping. But I knew that I had a better chance of riding bulls when I was young, not while I'm old, you know. Not that I'm that old, but, you know. My generation of bull riders, there's about maybe 15 or 20 guys that were really competitive. So we know who everybody is in the game, in the bull riding industry. Well, the first time I saw bull riding was back in the 80s. My dad takes me to a rodeo, and I'm only about maybe 6 years old. I didn't know what was going on. You know, I know my dad because, you know, horses, we always had horses. He broke horses for a living. So he takes me to a rodeo, and he used to ride bareback horses back in the mid 70s, you know. And he takes me to a rodeo when I was 5, 6, around that time. And I remember, you know, watching the roping, watching the broncs come out, and, you know, I go and turn around and I look at a pen of bulls. You know, there's about maybe 12 bulls in a paddock, you know, and I asked my dad, what are they going to do with the bulls? And he's going to ride them. So I'm like, you know, I'm tense, you know, because I see these big horns, you know, they're big, you know, they're honky, you know, they're about maybe 15, 16, 1,700 pounds, you know, these are big bulls. And I'm like, whoa, you know, they're fighting each other in the pen and stuff. And then they put them in the chutes, and sure enough, you know, I start seeing guys come out, and, you know, I was like, whoa, you know, this is some cool stuff. You know, I got dust flying everywhere, you know, guys with chaps, you know, staying on, some guys were getting, you know, bucked off, and I just got, you know, just hooked. You know, I loved it. You know, ever since then, I was like, hey, that's what I want to do when I grow up. You know, I want to be a rodeo bull rider. You know, this is what I want to do. And since he was a year and maybe 4 or 5 months, and I brought him home. He was a young baby, and you start them when they're a year and 10 months, you know, to 2 years. That's when you start a horse. You start breaking them, and then, you know, you start taming them. You know, you do everything on the ground and pick up their feed and do all that. Now he's 6, so he's been with us for a long time. This is the family. It's the family's horse, you know, and he's really, really mellow, really just nice, really nice. So they want to buy them from me, but I don't want to sell them. Hyperextended arm, broken ribs on both sides, kneecaps are messed up, my groins are messed up. I got an ankle that was nearly shattered. Been knocked out about 7, 8 times, if I can remember. Yeah, there's a bunch of injuries. I was fortunate to walk away from it in one piece. Guy knows how to shut gates. Look. Gotta train him, you know. I have friends that half of their face is being reconstructed by, you know, metal and stuff, you know, so shattered bones, broken jaws. Yes, you're gonna pay the price, you know what I mean? There's scars, and we call them battle wounds, you know. I mean, slit in the chin. I never used a helmet. I should have. Maybe, you know, would have kept on going longer, you know. But, you know, there's a point where, you know, I mean, it's a give and take. If you want to wear it, you know, I never felt comfortable with a helmet. That's what, you know, they say. If you don't have one of them little chin scars on your chin, you haven't been on enough. It gets addicting too. You know, to do that, the rope kind of after you ride bulls, you got to have something, you know, to be involved in rodeo. And roping is one of the main things for us bull riders. Roping is one of the biggest events because you can do it till you're like 70, 80. I've seen even 80-year-olds doing it, you know, so you got a long time. Well, Boogie, to me, I want Boogie to be 10 times better than me, 20 times better than me, 100 times better than me. It takes a certain type of young man to do what he's doing. I'm trying to, how could I say, emphasize or, you know, try and make him grow, learn at a young age. I didn't get the chance he got to learn, you know, like at his age, I was still playing maybe baseball or football at school. You know, I was just dreaming of riding bulls, but my dad thought I was crazy when I told him I want to ride bulls. So it's like, no, you ain't riding bulls, you're going to school, you know. But now that I have the chance, you know, I'm kind of living a little bit of my dream when I was his age through him. I'm not afraid, and I'm not going to say, no, I'm not living through him. No, I am living a little bit, you know, and trying to make things easier for him. And the more he gets on, the more I teach him, the better he's going to get. And hopefully someday, you know, we'll hear his name, you know, Boogie Saenz, you know, on TV, you know, at the NFR or the PBR finals.
Okay. My name is Boogie Saenz, and I'm from California. And right now I'm in my room. When I first started, my dad built a little bucking chute, and my brothers and my 2 brothers started riding. One started riding calves, and the other rode steers, and I was starting on sheep. And I started riding, practicing. My dad brought a couple of sheep over, and I started practicing at the house. And when my dad built the arena, my dad started bringing steers and calves, and that were my other big old 2 brothers. They started riding there, and I really got into it from my brothers and my dad.
You just go like this. Go in and shut it in. I made that out of panels. You know, it's a little homemade, but it works. It's been here for 8 years, so it hasn't been tweaked or anything. It's still good. You know, good shape. Kind of hard, you know. No, they kick and they do their stuff, but it's still good. Ready, Boogie? Yeah. All right. We're gonna put that on that painted desert.
How it works is there's no moving with the hand. Is you just stay right there and keep looking down, because sometimes the wool of the skin is kind of slippery when you're on them. So when you fall into the side, you need to reach to the other side, and then when you fall on this side, you need to get back onto the other. It's kind of balance on a sheep. I started off sheep, I went on to calves, and then I went on to steers, which I'm right now in this division.
Hit it.
The next step is bulls, junior bulls, senior bulls, and then big top bulls.
Do you think you're going to make it all the way to the last one, the big top bulls?
Yep, I think so. I should. And I hope I keep doing it, and I will keep doing it.
But yeah, now we're gonna put it over the animal. Come on, Boogie. Boogie, let's go. What we do here is get yourself your rope, one of these hooks. You grab your rope. Always make sure everything's straight. Your bull rope, you know. And we're gonna adjust it to where it's a little bit smaller. It was too big on him.
Yeah, I got scared a couple of times, and my dad told me, I was like, they ain't gonna do anything. How they act in the chute is just because they're nervous. It's not because they're gonna kill you or anything. They just want to get out of that chute and go and eat and go and do their own business.
You know, it's just a piece of flank, kind of like a bit of a snug belt on you and you're uncomfortable, right? So he can't get up and say, oh, honey, let me untie this. So what they do to try and get it off is they kick, they buck. So, you know, we're gonna leave it loose right now while he gets ready. We're just gonna let it loose. You see how loose it is? It's just there right now. Once he's ready, I'll tighten it up a little bit, and then that's when he'll come out. Right now, he thinks that something's bad's gonna happen to him. You know, like animals don't understand. You know, once they come through the alley and stand right here in the chute, they're thinking the worst. You know, they're filled enclosed. They're used to being out in the pasture or out in the paddock, and now he's enclosed in a little box, and he don't know what's gonna happen. So he'll probably get nervous in here, try flinging his neck, or try rearing up. But it's normal, you know, for these animals to feel that way. It's just we need to box them in so we can get a good out on them. You know, this is the only way.
My mom's like really strict about it, and it's like, you get a head injury, you're screwed. I got in head injuries too. I got knocked out here too sometimes, and I still remember the only time I remember is putting on my bull rope, and that's it. That's probably it.
Okay, let's do it, Boogie. Be aggressive now. Now he's going to warm up his rope. Heat it up to get it kind of sticky, you know. Now that he's set, he's going to set his rope right where he feels comfortable. So, right there. You good? Now I'm going to tie the back a little bit with the rope. Get him watching. Get up, ride. Alright. It's alright. It's alright. He knows what's coming. Tell me when you're ready. Ready? Be aggressive now. Stay aggressive, Boogie. Get on him. Ready? Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
Did I say a turn?
Ready? Be aggressive now.
Let's go.
Good job, man.
Thanks.
Way to go, not to look at that. All right, huh? Well, you gotta step on your game every day. Keep it going. You know, if you don't keep it going every day, then you get into that habit of just not getting on. You have to get on every day, you know. To become somebody in the sport, you got to give it every day, every time, all you got, you know. It's just something that, you know, keeps them going, you know, keeps that blood flowing. Your heart, you don't have heart if you don't keep going, you know. It's like your blood needs to keep going and going and going and going at the same pace. So the more you do it, the better you get at it, you know. That's what we see as when you stop. Terry Don West used to say, you stop riding when you stop making money. And it is true, you know. When you're in a slump, which is sometimes you're bucking off and bucking off and bucking off, then you need to stop and take a break from it and crave it, come back hungry to do it again. So, but this guy, he's been to the World Finals 3 times, you know. He's been twice top 10. Hasn't won the world yet, but he's been come really close to it, and that's what keeps him going. I'm proud of him, you know. It's got to be a proud dad, you know. If you did it, you know, for 17 plus years, and now your boy does it, I declare myself a millionaire, you know. Have that, you know. Give them the inspiration and you know, make them better than me. You know, that's my goal, is make him way better than me, where he can go to places I didn't get to go. You know, you get these big rodeos like Cheyenne or Del Rio or Calgary Stampede, the NFR, Reno, you know, Houston, you know, these big shows. That's where I want to see him. I tell him every day, you know, hey, I want to sit down on the couch and watch you on TV. That's my dream right there. But who knows? I mean, I hope he keeps going with it. Hopefully. Someday we're going to be the world champ, right, Boogie?
Yeah, try to.
That's good. All right, good job, son. Put it away. You know, I mean, there's a lot of people that rode bulls or team rope or cowboys, and their kids don't want nothing to do with it. So it does take a little bit of a special person to want to keep on filling your dad's boots, or, you know, it's going to keep the sport alive. This one's kind of dusty, but, you know, that's how old it is. Kind of like me, you know, I'm dusty too. But, you know, this memory's everywhere. You know. it's a really important thing or sport for our nation here in the United States of America. I mean, red, white, and blue. I am very, how can I say, sad. I get sad when I hear that they want to stop rodeo, because think of the people that are behind rodeo. We're not criminals. We're not bad people. We're blue collar people mostly. You know, we work hard. We are honorable. We take care of our families. And if you take that away from us, then what is left for us to do? You know, I mean, look at me and my boys. You know, I try to keep them going, and it's something we look for every other weekend. We're going to a rodeo or we're going to a bull riding. I mean, we do the national anthem, everybody stands, you know, and it's just great. I mean, these rodeos, you go to any town rodeo and the whole town's there, you know, your aunt, your mom, your dad, everybody gets to go, you know, and everybody gets to see each other because it's the rodeo's going on, you know, in this little small towns, you know, across this nation that, you know, that's what they look up for every year, you know, to go to the rodeo. Yeah, it's truly American. We need to keep the sport going. So that's the most important thing to me, is to keep it going. Yes, sir.
Claro que sí, por ahí